Hey everyone, are you looking for the latest trends on the Spokane market? Well, if you're a first-time home buyer, considering selling your home, or just curious about the updated data, you don't want to miss this episode. Stay tuned to find out why it might be the perfect time to make a move in Spokane. Welcome back to Living in Spokane, Washington. If you're new here, my name is Hunter McKay, and I'm your local real estate broker. Whether you're looking to make a move immediately, or you just want to prepare yourself for home ownership, I'm here to answer any questions you may have. Leave a comment or message me, and I'll make sure that one of my team gets back to you immediately. So everyone's been asking me, how is the real estate market this year? That's a really hard question to answer because every market is different. Real estate is hyper-localized. So today, we're just going to cover Spokane. We still don't have enough inventory to consider it a buyer's market, but a lot of sellers are overpricing their homes. And so if they've missed the appropriate pricing mark, then they're going to languish on the market with way too many days, and they're not going to meet the current metrics that we're going to go over for Spokane as a whole. And so keep in mind, just because a seller overprices their home and gets the price market wrong, doesn't mean that the market is slowing down. It means that that seller has chosen an inaccurate price, and no one is going to move on that home until the price action meets what's expected for the area. In addition to certain sellers pricing their homes too high, there's also a big increase in interest rates lately. The last time we did one of these market updates, I think the interest rate was around 6 or 6.5. Now, par interest rate is almost up to 8 or 8.5 for certain buyers, depending on their credit scores. That jump is sizable, and it means that certain people, even if they want to make a move, simply can't afford to. Here's the data for the Spokane market update. For new listings, we're up at 851. That's 12% up from last month and 22% up from last year. In addition, sold listings are at 429. That's down 9.7% from last month and down 3.6% from last year. Yet, days on market is still hovering right around 6, less than a week to get your home into escrow. That's pretty fast. In fact, it's tracking 33% down from the prior month, and it's even with last year. The average sale price is up 2.7% from prior months, and it's up 3% from last year, ranging in at nearly $430,000. As I look at all of this data together, it doesn't speak to me of a Spokane market that's slowing down. It's speaking of a Spokane market that still has too low inventory, still has more buyers, even with the increase in inventory from last year. We're just not keeping pace. Otherwise, the days on market would sizably increase. And so then when I look at, well, what's not selling? Why isn't it selling? There are certain price points where the inventory is high and the number of available buyers are low, specifically because of the intersection with extremely high prices and extremely high interest rates. And so at the same time, prices are not reducing. It means that sellers don't have any downward sell pressure. They're not in need of selling their home. They would like to sell their home, but only at a specific price. And they will hold that price until buyers have an available interest rate that allow them to take action at that time period. As I look at this data, the best advice that I can give to sellers, don't look at comps from 6 months ago. Look at comps from the last 3 months and look at what your active competition is. Take a look and see if you were a buyer going and looking at homes in your category and caliber. What else are they looking at? And what's really going to make you stand out against the competition? Because you need some kind of wow factor right now. No one is excited about making a home purchase when interest rates are at 8% and the average median home price is $430,000. It's very expensive for the average home buyer in Spokane. So what are you doing to differentiate yourself? Sometimes it can be price, sometimes it can be features, but you have to have one or the other, or a fantastic location. Otherwise, you're just not going to justify the same top dollar price that you were a year ago. Home prices are still selling, but you still have to get the price action very specific. Otherwise, you might miss that median 6 days on market. For buyers right now, I know it's a scary time. You're looking at extremely high prices, wickedly high interest rates, and frankly, let's face it, the economy looks like it's about to teeter into a recession. So a lot of my buyers are saying, Hunter, I'll just rent, it's fine. I cannot stress this enough. It is not fine. I like to plan, what if it's a good scenario? What if the Armageddon recession of hell happens tomorrow? you should still own assets because assets recover much more quickly than anything else after a recession. You can't go through thinking, well, prices will come down. Well, interest rates will come down. What if they don't? Because so many people have been playing that game for the last 4 years and they have lost out on hundreds of thousands of dollars of appreciation. So if you're a buyer right now and you are not currently on the housing ladder, what I would recommend you do is look at your personal capacities. Look at your job, look at your savings, look at how well you are doing in life. And if you are already paying in rent what an effective mortgage rate would be or close to it, you need to move. If you have cheap rent, honestly, cheap rent is the enemy of your growth because you'll think, well, I'm safe, I have cheap rent. But you are missing out on all of the appreciation of the asset that you could be owning. And so meet with your partner, meet with your family, and pretend that the day after you buy the house, the recession hits and it's really terrible. Map out the next 6 to 12 months and see what it would be like. If it just makes you uncomfortable, but you think that you're going to keep the home and you're going to keep your job and you can make that payment, then buy the asset. Because waiting to time the market and hoping that you can buy the perfect home at the perfect time and win the day like it's the lottery is fake. That isn't how people make money. People make money by spending time in the market. They don't time the market. They buy a house, they sit in it, and they wait for the appreciation. So pick a home that suits you and your family that you can comfortably live in for a 5 to 10 year period, and you won't regret that move. You can always do a 2-1 buy down to reduce the interest rate to immediately get a reprieve from the really high interest rates. Because one of the things that we know happens in a recession, interest rates come down. And if interest rates come down right now, all of the data from the latest market update indicates that prices will go through the roof because we are still in a seller's market with not enough inventory and too many buyers. Thanks for sticking with us to the end of the video. If there's anything that I didn't cover or you have additional questions, please just drop us a comment and let us know what you think about today's Spokane market update.